I wanted to make a tier list on all the Pokemon starters. So I will. And before we really get started, I do have a heavily biased opinion on one of them. So I'm gonna just get it out the way. Now keep in mind, my list ain't gonna have nothing to do with stats, move sets, evolutions. Actually, a little bit about evolutions. This is all strictly based on my exclusive opinion on these creatures. And my opinions are formed almost completely off a straight aesthetic. All three of Gen 1 could be S tier if Bulbasaur wasn't there. Nobody picked you after the first time. You were the neglected child. You're still one of the best grass types, but not the best. But you still kind of up there, so I'm gonna put you right here. Charmander is kind of the Gojo of this list, right? Because he gets so much hype and so much praise from every single person that plays the game. But you can't say nothing because he deserves it. So he's going right here. And Squirtle's entire evolution line is still some of my favorite designs to this day. So you're going up here too. Pikachu would be S tier if he belonged to Ash, but on his own, absolutely mid. Espeon is cool. Her fur is my favorite color, which puts her pretty high on the evolution list. But if we're talking a complete design, Umbreon is peak for me. And she's right below that. So she's going to A. Now I started this video saying this had nothing to do with anything but pure aesthetics for me, right? But after everything I've seen from this man, I have no choice but to put him right here. And Greninja's one of the probably the best looking water starter ever. So I understand the love for Totodile. His design is pretty fire. I'm just not a water type lover myself. I'm going fire every time, every game. But I do like the way he looks. Not as much as these three though, so he's going down here. I have never understood the hype for Piplup. Infernape has been my GOAT since Gen 4 came out. Gen 4 is my favorite generation, and Piplup to me is just okay. So he's going to be, if anybody, if this video gets any traction, that's going to be the one that probably gets me killed, and I don't care. Chikorita's another Pokemon that's really only okay in the show, and even then, she's trying to smash a human, so you can get a C. As I stated earlier, Umbreon is my favorite evolution, period. He's getting right to S. I have never been able to get down with you. Something about you rubs me the wrong way every time I look at you. I can't. Scorbunny to me is the GOAT of Sword and Shield. I haven't loved a fire starter like that since Infernape, so she's getting an S. Still not quite as good as anything put before her though, so she's in the back of S. Grookey, I just think he's a serial killer. I can't get down with your design, but this initial stage is pretty cute, so I won't put you a D. Snivy's another one. I can't really rock with any of your evolution line. It just doesn't rock with me, but you're not a serial killer. As somebody that almost never picks a water starter unless he's trying to do something different, Oshawott might be the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. So he's going to A. As much as I love Torchic and Infernape and Scorbunny, Cyndaquil will forever be my favorite fire starter of all time. I don't think my mind will ever change. He's getting third place. Off the strength of Decidueye alone, Rowlet's getting an A. That design for his third evolution is so fire. It's so good, Palworld copied it. Another serial killer. I just like this one's swag. It's something about him, bro. Like, you can tell he took the red pill. I'll put him at B. I don't love him, but I definitely don't hate him. I learned today that Teddiursa was a starter at one point. Apparently, he was in the old gold and silver. No, there was a normal type starter apparently, and Teddiursa is adorable, so I'm gonna put him right here. He might be cuter than Oshawott. He might be Oshawott's only competition. If there was ever a grass type that I was rocking with no matter what, it's Trico. I can't say nothing bad about Trico. In fact, he's going over Scorbunny. Not Squirtle, but he's up there. As a fire starter connoisseur, I cannot ignore Torchic. There's nowhere else she belongs. Mudkip does give me serial killer as well, but in the cutest way possible, so I'll put him here. Turtwig has a very special place in my heart because when I played Gen 4 for the first time, I went with him. In terms of grass starters, he is not that bad, but I wouldn't pick him again. So, you know, that means he's mid. Another one of the GOATs. You can see the pattern here. I never really got down with the way Tepig looks. He's pretty much at his best in this initial state. All his evolutions just get worse and worse to me. Same thing with Chespin, honestly. So he's going here. Another serial killer. I know y'all love this one, but I don't. Now, this list is not supposed to be about anything but what I think about these creatures visually. But I have to make an exception because I am a very heavy Smash Bros player. And the way people use you in this game immediately makes me want to push you here. And I put him at B because I have so little of an opinion that I don't remember his name. That's not a joke. But that's my list. You know, like I said, based purely on my visual preferences. So if at any point during this video you thought I was wrong, then I mean, so are you. And that's okay.